Now, I don't think I really need to explain what this is that you're seeing, but for those who are new to animation in general, or what this is GoAnimate, a software created in 2007 by Alvin Hung, in which it was made to help those, especially students in schools, learn animation, teach animation, or use it to explain something, whether it be in a business meeting or class. GoAnimate was actually great, though it had its limits because it's supposed to be a basic software that helps you animate, get started, and so on. It was amazing, but its community is a whole different rabbit hole to get into. When GoAnimate was originally created in 2007 with a finished build in 2008, it was originally designed to help teachers express lessons to students in animation or teach students the basics of animation to hopefully get them into some sort of career or just to give them a passion to learn about and grow upon. Besides, teaching students and young children to animate early in their life could help very much later in their life if they'd like to continue, or if they don't continue animation, it'll at least help their drawing skills. Nonetheless, starting a career out of GoAnimate out of itself doesn't sound too far-fetched. Though the program does have its limits, you can push them. Great examples of GoAnimators going beyond to make something actually watchable instead of an unoriginal grounded video are movies such as Boris's Evil Twin, the Rosie movie, or even the movies I've been binge watching, the Caillou series by Miles. These GoAnimate movies or videos by other people are great examples of what you can do with this software if you actually put effort and time into it. Sure, some of these videos have grammatical errors and spelling problems, and general errors throughout, but overall they're better quality, much better quality, than your average grounded video. And sure, while you could still say that these high production videos, or even movies in most cases, are still bad, considering that they also lag due to the platform's limitation or framing, they're still good for what they are, and considering that this is a software meant for those who are starting in animation or just want an easier way out, this is a great solution for most people. And plus, it's also cheap or even free in some cases. I remember watching some of the more high quality GoAnimate videos, and it intrigued me so much to make my own animations, but I didn't have a computer and still don't, so I can't use GoAnimate. Or even Flash Themes, which is the revived GoAnimate. As for earlier GoAnimate videos, it's basically what you'd expect. Most of the time, the more popular videos were references to movies or even just little skits made for fun. And that's fine. That was amazing. It was kind of what GoAnimate was made for people to make whatever they wanted to their heart's content and what their imagination led them to. A primary example of this is the Up parody called Down. It's an old GoAnimate video that came out God knows how long ago because I don't feel like doing any research on it. If you're unfamiliar with some of the lore, GoAnimate is actually based off of Family Guy. This is why some parts of GoAnimate or the comedy world style may look familiar to you if you've watched Family Guy before. My only guess is that this was Alvin Hung's inspiration for making GoAnimate, which is fine. Other people might want to make a recreation of Family Guy to make it funnier or worse, depending on their interest. But what happened to the amazing world that was GoAnimate? And why has it fallen into this decrepit world of grounded videos and unoriginal memes? Now, I think it's worth mentioning that grounded videos have been around for a long time. Though they started in 2011, they didn't spread like wildfire until around 2012 or 2013, and especially 2016 and above. And while back then they weren't great, they weren't as bad as much newer ones, which involves much more violence and even illegal crimes by this point. As grounded videos progressively got worse, young children who wanted them got even thirstier for that content, in which caused many more creators to jump on the train, and even children themselves making the same type of content, thus causing it to spread across the entire platform. What's even worse is that there's downright child abuse in quite a few of these grounded videos, especially the punishment days, which are basically days where parents will try to basically traumatize their child. This is even worsened by the fact that this is being done on Caillou, which is a 4-year-old character from a show called, well, Caillou, which is a show about a 4-year-old bald kid with 2 parents named Boris and Doris and a sister named Rosie. Kind of sad that people pick on this little child and use him as a punch bag for these videos instead of literally anyone else. They could have used anyone else or made a different character, but Caillou is defenseless. He's a 4-year-old child. Nonetheless, people will keep making the content related to it, and even people making grounded videos out of each other. I've seen quite a few videos of people making grounded videos out of other GoAnimators for no reason or dumb reason, and I just kind of found it funny. At least they're doing something other than grounding Caillou for absolutely no reason, or the stupidest things like, you walked in the house, grounded. You went to Chuck E. Cheese, grounded, and so on. It also doesn't help that people on GoAnimate are also toxic, in which has intoxicated the entire community and split it in God knows how many ways. This is where I'll leave off for this segment, as we will now begin to talk all about the community, since grounding videos are, well, self-explanatory. They're not good, that's basically it. It's pretty ignorant to say that the entire GoAnimate community is at fault here, or that everyone is terrible. That's not true. But what I will say is that it is still toxic, and whether a lot of GoAnimate people fight with each other, or creators I should say, fight each other, make grounded videos out of each other, or generally just make each other look horrible in video or on Twitter. God knows what's happening on Twitter. And generally, the GoAnimate community is a toxic place to be, and it's full of people who are grown or 10-year-olds who just want to get views or entertain other children. Most of the time, however, it's old people doing this. And what I find even funnier is that people who I know are older than at least 16 making these videos, including the video that's being shown here, there are a lot of grammatical errors. I've never really known the full reason as to why their grammar is so bad. The only thing I can either come up with is either they dropped out of school to be a GoAnimator, or they genuinely just can't spell very well, or it could be a limitation of GoAnimate, so they have to misspell things on purpose to make it work or say things properly. And I'm not really sure if I can go too far into this, but there's also a pedophilia side of the GoAnimate community. These grown people making this content have child abusing and down bad content, including sex and so on, which is not only pretty vile, considering that most of the viewers in this case are children, and even worse is that this is endorsing some pretty unhinged behavior, let's just say. It's actually pretty sad the state GoAnimate is in now, or now known as VYON, since GoAnimate shut down in 2019 on the 30th of June, since Flash Player was shutting down the next year. And while you still technically could get the old GoAnimate back by jumping through a bunch of hoops on VYON, it's not really worth it, considering that there are alternatives available, like Wrapper Offline or Flash themes. As for the community though, the damage has been done, and GoAnimate's reputation as a whole has been permanently damaged. And if you just genuinely want to watch Caillou on YouTube, forget it. The first few search results, after you scroll down for a little, or even on the first page, you'll see Caillou gets grounded, or some sort of grounded video related to Caillou on that first page, if not the second one. While all this is pretty bad, I do have a tiny glimmer of hope left for the GoAnimate community, and in hopes that they may redeem themselves. Though very unlikely that they may actually follow suit and, redeem themselves and make something quality and worth watching, except for a select few, I do at least hope that GoAnimate will continue to thrive, and hopefully some of those old times will come back, and people will recreate the old days by putting random memes from years ago or current times into GoAnimate, or making skits and recreations of whatever else like they used to. YTPMVs, YTPs, you name it. GoAnimate was supposed to be a program for your creativity to go through the roof and to express your creativity to the whole world. It's even better when you share it online and you get feedback, whether it be feedback to improve or general hate, but that's just how it is. Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling. Overall, the GoAnimate community is okay. I don't think it's as bad as it could be, and it could get worse, but as of right now, it's been a little bit stagnant. However, I do hope that maybe people in the future will, actually make something worth watching, quality, and bring some of the old stuff back.